There are three major negative entity type scenarios that I've experienced now that I've been working with people for multiple years. And the one that I really want to talk about today is the schizophrenia experience or the psychosis experience. There's a slight difference in the experience that the individual has, and there's some questions that you can ask yourself to see if you fit into that category. So let's go ahead and answer those questions. There are some simple questions that you can ask yourself to determine if you have a schizophrenia or schizoaffective style disorder. This disorder is generally characterized by an overabundance of dopamine in the brain, and while we as society call this a disease, it's not necessarily a disease, it just means that you have a different neurochemistry, and that neurochemistry allows you to connect more with, oh my gosh. Anyway, where was I? That neurochemistry is not necessarily disease, it just gives you more of an ability to connect with the spirit world. So let's find out if you're in that category. The first question you want to ask yourself is simply, how old are you? If you are between the ages of 18 and 35 and you're just starting to notice the experience of these negative entity attachments talking to you and other symptoms, then this is generally the time period that starts to emerge. The next question is, how was your childhood? When you were at the preteen and teenage years, were you highly social? Did you have lots of friends? Or would you characterize yourself more as a loner? If it was that you were more of a loner, that also indicates the possibility of this neurochemical imbalance. The next question is, how has your career been in your adult life? If your career has been very good, or if it's been very difficult, you've had trouble holding down a job, the situation that you find yourself in with the negative entity attachments has prevented you from being able to keep the job, that is, once again, a more likely case for that neurochemistry. If you're hearing voices, how loud are those voices? Are those voices as loud as somebody sitting in the room talking to you? Or are they quieter? There's something that you have to really tune into and listen. And even, is it extremely loud? Sometimes maybe that it's yelling at you. The louder the voice is, the more likely you also have that neurochemistry. Another one that you should also consider is, do you find that other people might maybe feel like they're out to get you, or that they're watching you? Or even if you're watching something on TV or on YouTube, it sounds like they're speaking directly to you, especially if they're being negative in some way. All of these things can add up to helping you realize that yes, you have that neurochemical imbalance. And I do work with people who have received the diagnosis that are on medication, and I work with people that have not received the diagnosis and are not on medication. It doesn't matter. The approach is the same. What we're doing is we're raising the vibrational frequency, we're changing your perception of yourself as a powerful being, and we're corralling the mind, because the mind loves to try to churn and solve these problems, and it's really not very good at it. It's much better at 3D problems than it is at spiritual problems. So if we can take that mind and we can use it in a very positive way, then and we help you step into your power, and we help you raise your vibrational frequency, and we do this through energy healing and teaching and techniques and practices, then what's going to happen is, even though you might have that neurochemical difference, the type of beings that you're going to bring in are much more likely to be of a higher frequency. So rather than beings that are going to make you miserable or torture you in some way, what you're going to be able to do is have at least some of the time, you're going to be working with higher vibrational beings that are there to help you and to heal you. It is very possible, and we've seen it before. So I really want to recommend that you set something up, you set up a meeting with me or another practitioner who's like me, who can help you raise that frequency, help you step into your power, and help you corral the mind and use it in a very positive and healing way. So at this point, what I'd like to do is do a raise your vibration activation to get you kind of started down this route. I have many other videos that you can watch that will be negative entity removal activations, and those can be effective and they can be at least temporary relief. However, the issue is that when you have the neurochemical difference, then they're just going to keep coming back, no matter how many releases you do, no matter how many clearings you do. So what we have to do is work with you at an inner level and help you start to overcome these issues, because this is going to be a long-term experience for you. So we want to make it so that it's as comfortable and as enlightening and as beautiful as possible. Again, there is a fairly large percentage of the population, like 1% of the population, has this neurochemical difference. So why would this not have been evolved out of the species? It seems very likely that if you believe evolution and you understand how all that works, that you would actually need people like you, if you're the one with this, so that you're going to actually help your tribe. You're going to be able to talk to spirit. You're going to be able to bring information that other members of the tribe don't. So this actually is a positive thing, and what's really important is for you to look at it in that way. I don't want you to look at it as a disease. I want you to look at it as a special power. And your special power, you need to be trained on how to use it. And so again, that's why I recommend you come to someone like me or someone else, or me, to actually help you with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and please close your eyes and take a nice big deep breath. And relax as you exhale. Feel yourself sinking into the chair or to the bed or to the floor, whatever it is that you're sitting on or laying on. And this is a simple raise your vibrational frequency activation. It will only take a few moments. I'm going to go ahead and do a few extra things here for this for you. I'm doing it right now. So just remain breath aware while you sit there. I want you to see yourself glowing in a golden white light right now. Okay, very good. The way my activations work is I'm going to say breath in, and when I do, you're going to take a nice big deep breath. You're going to hold it at the top, and you're going to wait for me to make a loud explosive sound. At that point, then you can go ahead and exhale. Raising your vibrational frequency. Breath in. Excellent. Okay, that's really all there is to it. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right, thank you so much for participating in that activation. I hope you felt something from that. These are very quick and short activations. What I do when I'm working with people on a one-on-one basis, either through the mentorship or the group classes, is I do much longer and more involved activations that are much more specific to your situation. But that doesn't mean that these activations, as quick as they are, aren't effective. So I would recommend, if you want to keep up with it, to listen to this activation, this YouTube video, multiple times a week as you begin to raise your vibration. And you should definitely consider booking a call with me. There's a link in the description below. I'd be happy to talk to you. We can dive in a little bit deeper about your situation, because every situation is unique. There isn't just an easy way to know everything that's going on. And we can talk about some of the other entity situations that you might be experiencing if it's not a schizophrenic or schizoaffective one. There are other ones that are very different that I'll probably be talking about in other videos. And as you probably know by now, I have lots of videos about negative entity attachments, because I really help people with that as my main mission on this planet. So thank you so much for participating in this activation, watching this video. Oh, and you can also download an activation from my website. There's a link in the description below for that as well, and that will give you a little bit of extra protection against negative entity attachments. This is activating the halo chakra, which is the chakra right above the crown. So anyway, thank you again. I love you unconditionally, and I'll see you in the next video.